What's up, guys? So, do you see that car there in the background? Yeah, it happened again. So, BB's behind the camera right now. Throw his Instagram up here.
What's up?
So, yeah, the car went here to the beer store, turned it on, hit the AC button, turned off. Will not turn back on. We went back, got tools, has fuel pressure. It has fuel at the tank, and has fuel out the front. It has spark. It turns over. It wants to try and start, but it doesn't. We were told that if the crank sensor's out, which we thought it was a crank sensor, someone then mentioned that you'll know if the crank sensor's out if we don't see anything jump at the tack, and we're not. The tack's not moving at all. So I'm like 99.9% sure the crank sensor just failed finally. It's the original one, and I think that's what caused it. I want to say a big thank you to this Excalibur. The guy who's towing this is fantastic. Very professional. Understood the car was very low and is doing a great job, and this is killing me right now watching the car be towed. I fucking hate it.
How do you feel right now?
What else is new? I mean, honestly, I guess I don't get that upset like I used to, just because the fact I have another car and it's not my daily drive. Like, I have that still too. So do I want it to have issues? No, but I have insurance too, so this doesn't cost me anything. So like, even a tow doesn't cost me anything. Classic insurance pays for it all. So I don't want it to break down. It was more of an annoyance than anything.
Well, back on jack stands, guys.
Jack Stand King. Hashtag Jack Stand King. Hashtag. Would you say nothing? Nothing? Fuck it, we're drinking now. It's game fucking on.
How red you are.
Am I red?
Yeah.
Alright guys, now that we're back at the house here with the old 50 Shades of Grey, got the trunk mat up. I want to kind of go over what we were doing there yesterday because I didn't get time to do it or show it just because I was trying to get the car fixed. I went ahead and got 2 logs here using the AM Infinity, but I'm not seeing what's the issue. I obviously don't know enough yet, but it seems to be getting spark, it's getting timing. I don't know. So I'm just kind of frustrated at this point. Not sure what the hell's going on. Let's go here where it starts to crank. Throttle position. That's where it tries to start and it struggles and then dies off. I don't know. I'm gonna send this to the tuner and see what he has to say. But we checked through everything there yesterday. So we have the mat up here, pulled off the cover there. Loosen up the one high pressure feed just to see if fuel would come up out of it. As soon as I loosened up, fuel gushed out. I'm like, okay, so we have fuel there. Then we went up front. We're like, okay, next thing to check is it even getting up to the rear? Is the fuel filter clogged? We loosened that a little bit and it shot fuel everywhere. Great. Next we did was here, but because we never built enough pressure, there's nothing come out of the drain. Like I completely removed this and nothing ever came out of this drain. So I need to do a little bit more research. This is negligence on my behalf or not knowing enough, but I believe that this is not getting, obviously not getting enough pressure. There's nothing going to go to the return line. So even when it's trying to start here and trying to make noise, nothing's coming out of the return end of this as of right now. It tries to spit and sputter and tries to start, but nothing ever really happens. I'm hoping John Kerr at JK Tuning can give me a little insight what might be causing it. Again, guys, here's what happened. So we stopped, got beer. We're heading to a party, Memorial Day weekend, obviously. Stopped and got beer. So stopped there, turned the car off. Came back outside, turned the car on, and it seemed to run, I think, from what I can remember, it turned on. As soon as I turned it on, went to hit the AC button. As soon as I hit the AC button, car shut off. No idea why. It doesn't make any sense. And the car turns over fine, it cranks fine. I don't think the AC pump is locked up. I mean, it spins fine, everything else. I mean, it tries to start and it wants to, but everything's spinning over. It just doesn't want to fully start. Do I have tension? Belt has tension on it still. Super, super weird, guys. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Any insight here would be great. We're thinking the crank, but I was told by Jose Valia with AEM, if you're getting fuel pressure and stuff, the crank signal, the crank signal wouldn't work. If I have fuel and stuff, then the crank signal's working. So kind of ruling that out right now. I'm going to look through the AEM as much as I can here. But if you guys have any insight, I would deeply appreciate it. So I'm going to start it for you here, guys, so you can at least hear what it sounds like. And it does try to start. Jose Valia at Kaizen Motorsports is trying to help me right now. I just sent him the logs. But fuel pump primes, you get fuel at the rail, and this is what happens. It's trying its hardest to start, man. It's trying hard. It just won't start, and I don't know why. Honestly, doing a little bit better than yesterday. I do have it on a battery tender now. I don't know. I wonder if it was voltage issue. I'm trying to juice up the battery right now, so maybe get a little bit more power in it here. That Odyssey battery holds a ton of power, so I'll keep you guys all posted here. I think maybe the alternator's giving out. I'd like to think it's not, just for the fact that that's a Toyota alternator. That's not a cheapo alternator, but I do have voltage in it. I mean, it's like 12 volts right now, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know, I'm just kind of scratching my head here. All right, guys, so we figured out the problem. It is fuel pressure. So we either have one of the things. I don't think it's the regulator. I think it's either the fuel filter or the fuel pump came undone. And the reason I think that is, Jose Valia just showed me. Turn the car on here, get this turned on. What we're gonna do here is, I'm gonna take those cells right there, make them, hold on here, make these 100. All right, now here's my fuel pressure. So we got my fuel pressure there, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit enter. I have the pump consistently running. I'm getting 7 PSI. So either the hose came undone or the fuel filter's clogged. But we're getting fuel at the front. It's just not very much. Not even enough to get fuel to come out the regulator, because you need 50 some PSI for it to return right now. I'm not even getting anything close to that. Like you can see here, 6 PSI pressure. That's nothing. That's why the car won't start. So got 3 things we can check. The first one we did, which was the regulator, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Control Z. And next we got to take the pump and check the filter. The filter's pretty easy to get to, and since I'm at the house, the pump's pretty easy to get to. All right, guys, so I've got the tank cover off right now. Went ahead and plugged this. We have our high pressure line here. This is a factory high pressure line. We have our, I believe this is the return, and this is your vent for the charcoal canister. So first thing, as soon as I pulled this up, I went to this area first, started pulling it up, and right off the bat, before I can get it out, look at that. The hose burst, guys. Right there's my problem. So I need to run down to Advanced Auto or wherever and get a piece of fuel hose, but I've never seen that happen before. It just literally burst on me, which is freaking crazy. Okay, guys, so if you look here, see that? Fuel hose burst on it. So it was getting just enough fuel coming up and through it here to show me 8-9 PSI, but with that giant hole there, it couldn't hold heavy pressure. We run around 50 PSI at the tank right now, or at the regulator, and that's the problem. So we know it's not the filter, but you can see how it's kind of like at a weird angle. What I might need to do here is cut this down some so I don't have such a crazy angle. I'm gonna have to look at this accordingly, but I'm a little concerned how I'm gonna do it, so I'll keep you guys posted here. But I can see it literally where this nipple is here is where it bursts, so I'll let you guys know here how I do it, and I'll show you step by step. All right, guys, so we've got a new fuel line on there. What we did though, this was actually down here before. I had that little bit of fuel. We had to make a little bit longer fuel hose this time. I cut this up here higher so it had a nicer, smoother transition. Before it was like a real zigzag, and I think that put too much pressure. This is actually mounted here on that set screw. We've got a clamp down here at the bottom this time around. This is not moving. Zip tied the connectors up above, so everything should be good. Now it's time to put it in the tank. All right, so everything's back together. We've got BB back here, and we've got Mike and Sean. Big shout out again to BB for helping me yesterday. We didn't quite get it. If we would have taken everything apart, we would have seen it, but we didn't, and just like kind of fuck it, YOLO. And it's good we had it here, because now I could take my time and fix it the proper way. Free tow truck. Yeah, free tow truck. Where's the fuel line at? So this guy's right here gives you perspective. I mean, it blew out. Like, look at that. That's the, I guess, fiberglass nylon line inside of it. I mean, it blew a hole out the side of that little hose. I mean, that's all it was that connected it from one hard line to another, and it blew out. So I'm not sure what to do to make sure it doesn't happen again, but let's hope it doesn't. Is there better ways to do this, BB? Do you know of any other better way besides that stupid regular fuel line?
You can go AN, but...
Do I look like I'm made of money like you? Do I have a white GTR? Do I look like that?
Oh, you got a Harley over there too.
And we got a Harley over there. Look, got all the Mike brought his R6. We got his R6. We got a Harley, and we've got a GTR. My dad called a Datsun this morning. That was pretty funny. He literally,
been here for that.
yeah. And you paid that much money for a Datsun? That was kind of funny. But thank you, seriously. So guys, we are good to go. So let's actually try turning it on here. Get inside. Now here's one thing I want to show you guys. Right off the bat, fuel pressure. All right, watch this jump. That's how it's supposed to be. Look at that. We have proper fuel pressure now, guys. Nuts. It's absolutely boinkers. I can't believe that's what it was. That stupid ass line. That's what it was. That stupid ass line. That's insane to me. All right, guys, so that's it. It runs again. I just took it to Frank's Pizza with BB and them, and it drives. I can't believe it was that stupid thing, but I had most of it apart, or we had most of it apart down there at the beer distributor, but we figured it could have been okay just because we had fuel going through it, but obviously we weren't getting enough pressure. We did see it was low, but again, I just didn't have a good enough understanding. Now I know. I probably would have fixed it right there in the parking lot. I've been janky just to get it home and then fix it properly here. So yeah, that's that, guys. Stupid shit like this happens all the time. This is what goes down. So thank you guys very much for tuning in today. We've got more videos coming. We've got more build stuff going. Always something interesting going on. Thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.